free kick for Celtic, and Lovens is going to go up, and so is McManus. That's this big Samaras to aim for Robson. He kills it a beauty, and Lovens wasn't picked up at all, and really should have hit the target.
This is the kind of defending that must infuriate Gus McPherson. Unbelievable. Lovens in 2, 3, 4 yards of space there. He can pick his spot, and we know he's good in that situation normally, but that was a poor header. He's got to get it down.
Well, he has scored 3 goals in 7 games for Celtic, which is the sort of return that you expect from a striker, but he should have knocked in number 4 there really, or at least given Mark Howard something to work away at.
It's the first bit of real luck that Sunderland have got in this first half. Very poor defensively there. He could have been punished so easily.
Samaras penalised. The assistant referee gave that. Finkel. Samaras deep inside his own half. Haining. Lovens won that. Scott Brown leaping. A rather tame effort from Craig Dargo. Dargo, prolific scorer for Inverness Cali Thistle, but it hasn't quite happened for him yet at St Mirren, mainly due to niggly injuries.
Yeah, they've had problems in the past scoring goals, but I did think that once they had Dargo and Winus and Mehmet on their books, it wouldn't be so difficult anymore, but it's not the case.
McGinn rode the challenge of Nakamura and was then promptly tripped. Miranda will take this free kick. John Potter and Will Haining joining Murray and Winus and Dargo in there. Miranda sends it towards Haining. Oh, he's done well to meet it. And Winus on the 6-yard line. First to it.
Good ball in to pick Haining out, and you can see the striking instincts of Winus trying to get across McManus to that front post area. It was well worked, that.
The first half drawing to a close, and there's going to be no significant stoppage time here. Love Street hasn't seen too many goals this season, just 5 on this ground in the SPL. And St Mirren won't mind if the count stays low today, though. They are up against the champions after all. And they've had their moments. Dargo showing interest, steered away by Lovens and then by Hinkle. Murray. Miranda. Gary Brady. Wilson. A tidy tackle. And in fact, it's come off Brady, so he's got the throw.
Some work to be done for Gordon Strachan at the break. 2 weeks in the trot where Celtic have struggled against a team near the bottom of the SPL. And Gus McPherson will be delighted with the way that his side have gone about their business today. They're really up for it, not overawed at all.
Boris will come and take this, but his kick might be the last kick of the half. There's been no added on time indicated by the fourth official. Yep, it's half-time. And Boris involved in a major incident when he clattered into Craig Dargo and received a yellow card on his return to action after 3 games out. Just wanted to get himself noticed, I think. And Celtic had a couple of free kicks around the box, but a great chance for Glenn Lovens as the half wore on when he wasn't picked up. But his header failed to find the target. Nobody else has found the target so far. So at half-time at Love Street, it's St Mirren 0, Celtic 0.
This weekend on Setanta Sports, it's the FA Cup second round. At stake, a possible crack at a Premier League giant in January.
Just look at the giant!
In the SPL, Rangers face a tough trip to the capital.
Mouth-watering SPL.
New to Setanta, World Championship Kickboxing.
Uh-oh, he got nailed with a shot!
Magnus League Rugby includes Leinster v the Dragons.
Oh, the crowd are going to love this.
And top Euro football from France, Germany and Holland.
Have a bit of that!
That's all live this weekend on Setanta Sports.
Father Christmas is spending Christmas in Disneyland Paris. Christmas starts early this year from November the 8th. So join us. And now get 1 extra day and night free. Plus, kids under 7 stay and play free. Call now on 08448 003 003.
The lowest scorers in Scotland are holding the highest scorers. There hasn't been a 0-0 between these teams since 1980. Glenn Lovens, who had that great chance to hit Celtic in front towards the end of the first half. Lovens' inclusion today, meaning that Gary Caldwell has a midfield role, but that he is highly adaptable. Steve McGinn, the grandson of the former Celtic chairman, Jack. Scott Brown, hounded by Miranda, and Brown gets the throw. Samaras, tone for his first touch. Caldwell, Chat Ross onto that, but here is Wilson. Brady. Celtic with 12 wins out of 14 in the SPL this season. They've only dropped points to Rangers and to Dundee United.
And we also know that they come on strong towards the end of matches, Celtic. It's got to be one of the biggest worries for Gus McPherson's side.
Potter's free kick. A comfortable clearance for Lovens, helped on by Nakamura to McDonald. Caldwell asking a bit too much of Nakamura, who was a little slow out of the blocks anyway. Lovens kept his eye on that. A high boot from Scott Brown. Will Haining will take this. Sent off against Celtic on the opening weekend of this season. So Mirren felt hard done by that day. looking for some payback today, but that's a handball from Dennis Wyness. Strachan with plenty to say. No change there. Gus McPherson coming up to 5 years in charge of St Mirren now. Brought them into the top flight and has kept them there. Short on goals and points lately though. Caldwell. Nakamura. Manus, Lovens, Nakamura, Hinkle, turned away by Potter. Samaras, again, Dorman. Murray, Caldwell, Samaras, Wilson,
again Celtic find it difficult to break through the ranks of St Mirren. Just keep working very, very hard.
Nakamura. They need some assistance from Andreas Hinkle. Caldwell. Nakamura. Lovens. Hinkle. Dennis Wyness stepped in. Another stray pass from Hugh Mirren. But Manus, Heaney will fancy a piece of that. McGinn. Mirren have only managed one home win this season, but it was against Rangers. Looking for an Old Firm double. Scott Brown tripped by Dennis Wyness.
And Dennis Wyness working very hard again, like the rest of his teammates. Not renowned for that though. Much more of a flair player, good on the ball. In the first half he certainly showed that. Quite clever really.
Caldwell. Let it run to Murray. Lawrence is sweeping up. Hardly convincingly. And now Dargo. Skipping away from Lovens. It's a corner.
A nice touch from Dargo, but he didn't have the pace to get away from Lovens. A real athlete, the centre half. A mess made of that one from Boritz. Nice little flick there with his left boot from Dargo, but he just can't get away from the centre half and get the ball in the box to his striking partner.
Brady's corner. Samaras, the first man. Miranda's throw, took a touch off Hinkle, it's a corner. Again.
These are the situations that St Mirren have to try to capitalise on. The dead ball. You don't score many goals in open play, really. The big guys up there.
So many bodies in the box. Brady tries again. And Dargo fouled by Scott Brown. Free kick for St Mirren.
A real feature of the home side today. Tenacious in that midfield area. That time Dargo working himself back in there to win possession. And it gives Miranda a chance. And we saw in the first half of a free kick and a corner kick how accurate he can be.
Miranda then goes for goal, but it's an easy take for Boritz.
That was poor. We expected more.
Samaras and Haining went for it. Haining with more conviction. Caldwell. Rescued by Wilson. McManus. John Potter clambering all over Scott McDonald. It's a free kick for Celtic now, which could be promising.
Sure, the manager St Mirren will be looking for better marking at this Robson free kick than there was for the Lovens chance in the first half.
He's lurking again, Glenn Lovens. Robson floated in, cleared by Jack Ross, but only as far as Gary Caldwell. Scott Brown. Nakamura. Caldwell. John Potter plays it safe. Celtic having a little spell now. 10 minutes into the second half, it remains goalless at Love Street. A venue where goals have generally been lacking this season in the SPL. Lovens. Helped on by Brown. Cleared by Hugh Murray.
It's a patient spell again from Celtic in possession for the majority, but they just find it difficult to get from midfield into the front men and link that up and create chances. And that's down to a well-organised home side.
Dargo chasing this, given a rare start. He's got Winus with him. Winus challenged as he was about to pull the trigger. Hugh Murray did well to win that header. Hoisted away by Scott Brown. Haining. Dorman. He's got the free kick off Nakamura.
That's good play from Dorman, but much more like his old self this afternoon. Quite lively in that midfield area.
St Mirren fancying it against the champions. Miranda then to float this free kick in. Potter and Haining in there. Haining not allowed to get anywhere near it. He was well crowded out.
That's what I mean with Celtic. Nakamura taking the ball down with a great touch, but just can't pick out the strikers at the moment.
Dorman. Gary Brady wants it. He's got it. Jack Ross joining him.
You can see St Mirren growing in confidence. It's still 0-0. The game plan is working.
Ross with a cross. Dargo! Superb from Dargo! And it was cleared by McManus.
It's a lovely ball in here. And Dargo does so well with his first touch. Lovely little back heel. But just look at the defending from McManus. He had to be there. He got the vital touch.
Shaky start to the season, McManus, but he's been much like his old self more recently. Miranda's corner, not too hot. Here's Jack Ross. Hinkle's clearance only goes to Haining. And he presents it to McManus. Should have done better, really. Celtic flooding forward now with McDonald, Samaras, Brown, Hinkle. Nakamura. Stephen McGinn stopped the delivery. Now Dorman. Scott Brown goes with him. Stephen McGinn. Wyness. The football is flowing from St Mirren. Dorman back to Wyness. He might get a second go. He gets a corner off Lovens.
It's just lovely football from St Mirren. Great play from Dorman. Lovely pass in there to the striker Wyness. Great layoff. Good attacking stuff. You just can't get a shot off Wyness. You just wonder though, if they're not going to be clinical, you know that Celtic will create chances yet.
It's another corner for Gary Brady, and Boritz got his fingertips to it, but it didn't stick. And Ross is going to return it. And Hinkle challenging Haining. Here's Brady meantime. Haining, handball shout from Will Haining, although it was only he shouting really. A flurry of activity. St Mirren giving it a go, but now Barry Robson will get a free kick, and there's going to be a yellow card coming out for Hugh Murray.
Yeah, I knew that was going to be yellow. Just stopping Barry Robson in his tracks. Getting back to what I said, St Mirren going through a very good spell there, creating a couple of half chances. This is the tackle from Murray. You just feel that St Mirren are not going to take those chances. We just know that Celtic usually do.
Sean Maloney's going to come on for Barry Robson soon. That's a needless handball from Scott McDonald. Barry Robson wasn't 100% ready today, but he's given Gordon Strachan an hour. And he's going to be replaced by Sean Maloney, who is more than capable of finding a way to goal. 40 goals he has scored in his 2 spells with Celtic. Robson's game is up. Maloney's coming on.
Boy, Robson not happy, even carrying an injury to go off the field. He wants to stay on and keep playing for his club. It gives Maloney a chance. Celtic do need a little bit of spark between that midfield and up front. He can certainly do that.
McGinn scored from around that position for Rangers. I think his boots come adrift. There's a habit of scoring against the old firm, which is a pretty good habit to have. McDonald, Murray, Wyness, McGinn. McManus in the way, but McGinn can try again. Hit by Hinkle this time. And again. Miranda. Marco Miranda, former teammate of Celtic legend Henrik Larsson at Helsingborg. Nakamura giving Wilson some work. Celtic contemplating bringing on Killian Sheridan now. The young Irishman who's had a few chances to impress and score lately, in the absence of Vennegoor, Hesselink and Samaras, although the latter, of course, has just returned. I wonder whether Samaras might be due a rest with the Aalborg game coming up. Here's Hinkle, and Samaras scores! Back in the team, and back grabbing goals. Breakthrough just past the hour for Celtic. Georgios Samaras is their man at the moment.
Yeah, back in full flow again. Celtic worked this well. It's a lovely ball in there. So teasing from Hinkle. Just asking for someone to get on the end of it. And that man was Samaras. He took a chance, Samaras. He got away from defenders. And that's a simple finish. Tell you what, we did talk about being clinical. And Celtic have just done that.
Well, I'm not sure whether it would have been him or Scott McDonald going off, but Sheridan, who was about to come on, won't be coming on just yet. And that's 11 goals in 14 games this season for Samaras. Missed 7 matches after his cartilage operation.
And it's ironic, it's probably come at St Mirren's best spell in the match. They've just opened up slightly, moved from left out to right. There's a lovely ball in from Hinkle. And so far, Gus McPherson must be really proud of his side. He knows that Celtic will create chances. I think he just wishes that his side had taken one first.
McDonald. Caldwell. Samaras. Brown. Hinkle. Brown. Samaras. Nakamura for another goal. Sublime. Sensational. Shunsuke Nakamura. 2 quick goals. Celtic can do that to you.
Never switch off against this Celtic side. That's exactly what St Mirren have done. But you have to give credit to that lovely ball from Samaras, and also the composure shown from Nakamura. What a touch that was, inside on his left foot. And then when he's faced with Howard, there was no danger of him missing this one. Composure in front of goal, clinical in front of goal, 2-0 Celtic.
That's 4 goals in 4 games for Shunsuke Nakamura. Scored from the spot at Hamilton last week. What a delightful finish. Bang, bang, 2-0. Well, he's apparently keen to return to his homeland, Shunsuke Nakamura. If he does go home, he certainly will be fondly remembered. Especially after his first season at the club. St Mirren on the ropes now. 2 devastating blows delivered by Celtic. 2 neat and tidy goals. Samaras and Nakamura.
We basically just opened up St Mirren through sheer quality. There wasn't too much the home side could have done about it.
Offside here against Samaras. Scored 1 and made the other. Georgios Samaras. And Celtic really pleased to have him back ahead of Aalborg.
Well, you see, made the other. Nakamura still had a lot of work to do. He did it very, very comfortably. What we've come to expect from Nakamura. Such a great touch around the penalty box. When he gets into those situations in front of goal to beat the keeper, he rarely misses.
Well, the next goal in this game is vital, crucial. So Mirren did get one back against Rangers last weekend and ensured a frantic finale at Ibrox. They need to start thinking about doing the same. It's a goal kick, although Mirren seemed to think it might have been a corner, although there wasn't much of a protest from Brady.
Just can't help thinking that St Mirren have had their spells in this match where they could have tried to capitalise. As Killian Sheridan looks most likely to be next on for Celtic.
Well, he was going to come on just as Samaras scored. Interesting to see who he does replace. Whether it is Samaras making his first start since the Villarreal game in September, or McDonald, who's been suffering with that virus. Brady. Wilson. Ross. Celtic breathing a little easier now. They're in the comfort zone with a 2-goal lead, but it's been hard work for them today. As soon as they scored, though, how many times do we see that? The second goal comes along quickly. They're still not ready to bring on Killian Sheridan just yet. Such a free kick has been given. Brown. Cornwall took a sore one then. I think he's okay. Nakamura. McDonald. Caldwell. McDonald. Here's Wilson, and Maloney is hugging the touchline. Nakamura. McDonald. Ran into Haining. Maloney. Celtic hungry for more now. Hinkle. Brown. Nakamura. Oh, it's going to carry to Scott McDonald. Maloney has darted into the box. Haining recovered. Killian Sheridan is going to replace Georgios Samaras. May well have about to be replaced him just before the goal. Poor old Killian Sheridan. He's standing there for ages now in the cold. Samaras making a goal-scoring return to the starting lineup, and Celtic will need his prowess in Denmark on Tuesday. Haining. Brady. Miranda. Murray. Potter. Dargo. Wyness. Ross. That's a corner for St Mirren. They need to score the next goal, and they need to score it ASAP, really. St Mirren well ahead on corners, but 2 behind on goals. Miranda sends that one in, and Samaras knocks it behind again. Here it comes again from Miranda. And he's going to get a chance to take a third successive corner. Take 3 from Miranda. Samaras met it. Now maybe Killian Sheridan might get on. He's been standing around for quite a while. So much so that he's put his tracksuit top back on. Somebody winding him up. Billy Mimmer's definitely coming on anyway. For St Mirren. Gus McPherson needs a goal, and he's turning to his top scorer, who he left out today, preferring to go with Wyness and Dargo. McGinn. Brady. Dargo. Borrance will claim that. Into the last quarter of an hour at Love Street. 2 quick goals from Georgios Samaras and Shunsuke Nakamura, putting Celtic in control. Haining gets a free kick off McDonald. Dargo on to Wyness. Miranda. Now, at long last, Killian Sheridan is going to get on, but first up, it's Billy Mimmet, who's going to take the place of Hugh Murray. Mimmet with 8 goals this season, which is the same he scored throughout the whole of last season. And Georgios Samaras, having put Celtic on their way to possible victory here, take a breather now. He'll be needed against Aalborg. Samaras scoring his 11th goal of the season, and then picking out Nakamura for the second. And he's replaced by Killian Sheridan, who started the last 5 matches. Helped himself to a double against Kilmarnock recently.
Yes, St Mirren have just put on Mehmet right midfield and left the 2 strikers up.
Maloney. Oh, it's evaded McDonald and Haining. Nakamura maintaining interest. It's come off Haining rather awkwardly, and he's seemingly hurt. Haining hobbling. Hinkle! And Killian Sheridan trying to squeeze that in, claiming handball, but he's only got a corner.
Yet again, Good overlap play here from Henkel, who I think is having one of his best matches for Celtic. Certainly as far as delivery is concerned from the full-back. Celtic get the corner. Hayning struggling a little bit.
Nakamura's corner. McManus closing in. Caldwell for Maloney. Celtic looking for that third goal to put this game to bed. Sheridan and McDonald both lurking. Nakamura. McManus onto that. Gathered by Howard. Don't often see the skipper scoring from that far out. Stephen McManus. So Mirren goal here would certainly change the picture. Can they manage one? That is the big question. Brady floating it in. Potter goes for it. Miranda. Maloney's clearance, and now McDonald on his own at the moment. A few arriving now though. Nakamura. And it came off Ross, and McDonald, and Sheridan surely will score. 3 goals, 3 points, home and dry.
Celtic have just turned up the gas. St Mirren committed forward. I thought Nakamura had missed his chance at that point. He did. Scott McDonald gets in the way of it. And Killian Sheridan did his best to miss that one. But still found the net. McDonald getting in on it as well, but Howard just couldn't stop it. But the home side have just been opened up in the second half. Celtic far too strong for them. He's just on, but he's bagged it again.
Will Hayning, who was hobbling, is having to go off. He's being replaced by young Mark McCausland, just 20 years of age. Came on at Celtic Park on the opening weekend of the season when Hayning was sent off. And Jim Hamilton, old trooper, has come on in place of Dennis Wyness.
Hamilton is just going to come on and add some physique up front. And the Mehmet will push on a little bit more on that right hand side, but the game's over now for St Mirren. Celtic are in cruise control. Took them a while, and that's because St Mirren played well, were more than stuffy, some excellent football, and just didn't take the chances that came their way.
Gary Brady with some surge. Killian Sheridan wrapping it up. Celtics scored their first 2 goals in the space of just 2 minutes and 6 seconds. It was effectively game over then. Sheridan has made absolutely sure of that. And St Mirren is still struggling to score goals, although it's not really matches against the Old Firm that will decide their destiny. They've got a tricky one next week against Dundee United, but they have got Falkirk and Inverness coming up soon. We're looking for points from that. Lee Naylor has been out in the cold a bit lately. He is going to come on here for Gary Caldwell, who just took a sore one a few minutes ago, and I wonder whether that's just precaution ahead of Aalborg.
Gordon Strachan certainly doesn't need any more injuries. He's had his fair share over the last couple of months.
Mark Wilson has gone into what was Caldwell's midfield role today. Naylor at left back, of course. Sheridan. Celtic hunting goal number 4 now. Nakamura turned away by Ross. Brady. Ross. Celtic cruising. And soon they will be able to focus on the huge task that awaits them in the Champions League against Aalborg on Tuesday. Hinkle. So Mirren stuck on just 9 SPL goals this season, and that's something they're going to have to seriously improve on. Billy Mehmet may have bagged a few for Gus McPherson, but he needs others to start making a contribution on that front.
Yeah, in general, St Mirren's football this season has been very, very good, but yet they find themselves down there, just 2 points off bottom place, Hamilton, and not in a good situation. They just cannot seem to find the nets in matches, and that never makes things easy for you.
And Scott Brown is going to score, is he? No. Well, Gary Brady will be rather relieved because he was completely caught napping by Brown.
Yeah, lack of concentration, and Brown has worked hard throughout the match. Had a real chance there.
The FA Cup returns to Setanta next weekend. Barrow against Brentford is on Friday night at 7:25. The next SPL offering is on Saturday at 11:30. It's Hearts against Rangers, always a good one. And back in the Cup, Blythe Spartans go all the way to Bournemouth next Saturday at 5:05. Miranda has drilled that across, but Manis has met it. Brown now on to Sheridan. It's come off him. Well, St Mirren have toiled to score this season. 13 different players have scored for Celtic.
Yeah, that's a big difference. A lot of those players have been midfield players over the last month or so. Managed to win Celtic matches and keep them, picking up 3 points. It's been some run for the reigning champions. They really carry the momentum in the SPL. Celtic also managing to carry a little bit of luck at the moment as well. Last week, the penalty that was actually outside the box was given. And then today, I think that Artur Boric was very lucky to stay on the park with his challenge on Dargo. You have to give them credit as well for working so hard and playing such great football and managing to score goals from all over the place.
Celtic have scored 10 goals in the last 10 minutes of matches this season. They might be about to add to that. Sheridan. An 11th victory in a row beckons for Gordon Strachan's side. They were down after that Old Firm thumping at Celtic Park at the end of August, but they've won every league match since, and you cannot ask for more than that, quite literally. Here's Naylor. Corner.
Yeah, it's been a phenomenal run from Celtic. It's not been easy. A lot of games like this where they've had to work very, very hard and wear down the opposition and hope that their quality would come out on top. Sometimes it's been very late like it was last week, other times it's been a little bit easier at first half, but this one they've had to work very, very hard for.
Maloney now. He's busy and bright. It's cleared by McCausland. Job done in the second half by Celtic anyway, after a pleasing performance from St Mirren in the first half, but Celtic scoring 2 very quick goals in a couple of minutes. Scott Brown. Another excellent performance from him. St Mirren would quite like to be put out of their misery, but Celtic might yet inflict further misery. Maloney. Mena. Dargo. Here's Miranda. St Mirren offering some brief resistance. Miranda's got his cross in, and it has dropped in. Jim Hamilton offers a late response from St Mirren, and it's only the 10th goal they've scored in the SPL this season.
Good initial play from Dargo, and Miranda has had a good match. Manages to get this ball in, and Hamilton's isolated on Naylor. We know how good Hamilton is in the air. He said he would add a little bit of physical strength. He certainly did that with a goal. He takes it well. Well, too little, too late.
Jim Hamilton's first goal in 21 games, stretching back to March. St Mirren at least into double figures on SPL goals. Celtic unable to see it out with a clean sheet.
I think that St Mirren deserve a goal out of this game. They've put so much into it.
Nakamura. Hinkle's cross. Maloney. Wilson. Two minutes of stoppage time. Maloney. Hinkle. Next up in the SPL for Celtic, it's a home game against Inverness Cali Thistle. Before that, of course, Aalborg in the Champions League. Sheridan looking to link up with McDonald, and it's a free kick for Celtic. There could be time for another goal.
Nakamura's ambling over to the ball. This one's just a little bit further out. Scott McDonald is hovering as well. He's desperate to get on the score sheet. I don't think he's going to manage to take one though.
Sean Maloney appears to fancy it as well, and he certainly has free kick history.
Well, let's face it, Nakamura's already got his goal.
It's Maloney's turn to have a go. Just wide.
Did it almost to perfection. Just a couple of yards out.
Given against Billy Millet, much to his bemusement. McDonald. That's it. Gordon Strachan's side, comfortable winners in the end, but Gus McPherson, St Mirren made it hard for them in the first half in particular. Celtic, though, scored 2 quick goals. Samaras got the first, and then he fed Nakamura for a wonderful finish. And Killian Sheridan came off the bench to get in on the act as well and put Celtic 3 up. Jim Hamilton with a late reply that mattered little. And Celtic make it 11 wins on the spin in the SPL. Samaras might have been about to have been substituted, but he scored. And then, a mere 126 seconds later, he picked out Nakamura, who still had a bit to do, but being Nakamura, he did it. and in some style. It was most definitely game over when Sheridan pounced. So Mirren did at least manage a goal, but they need to start scoring a good few more. Celtic have a 7-point lead as Rangers prepare to face Aberdeen. It finishes here, St Mirren 1, Celtic 3.